While Sydney gets the headlines and Melbourne gets the fashion spreads, there is a city in Australia that has quietly become one of the best places in the world to visit in autumn. And almost nobody is talking about it. Brisbane, in March, April, and May, feels like a completely different version of itself. The humidity drops, the sky turns a deep buttery gold, the river breeze carries the smell of fresh roasted coffee, and the whole city just slows down in the best possible way. This is your complete 4-day Brisbane autumn itinerary, covering the city, the wildlife, the hidden suburbs, and even a full island escape. And if you have never considered Brisbane as a serious travel destination, the next few minutes are going to change that. If you are into travel itineraries that actually respect your time and your money, hit that subscribe button right now and drop a like before we dive in. Brisbane does not need to compete with Sydney or Melbourne because it does not play the same game. This is a city where you can ride a river ferry for 50 cents, eat dinner with the Story Bridge glowing amber above your head, hold a koala at one of the best wildlife sanctuaries in the world, and be standing on a white sand island beach by mid-morning on day 4. In autumn specifically, temperatures settle between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius. The crowds thin out compared to peak summer, and the golden hour light makes literally everything look like it belongs in a travel magazine. 4 days is enough time to cover it properly if you plan it right. So, let us go. Before we get into day 1, just a quick note. You'll find exclusive booking links for the tours and activities mentioned in this itinerary in the description below. Day 1, City and South Bank. Start from the moment you land. Brisbane Airport sits about 20 minutes from the CBD, and the most practical option is the air train, which connects directly from both terminals into Central and Roma Street stations. A standard fare runs around $20 Australian and takes roughly 22 minutes. Rideshare is a clean alternative and usually costs between $30 and $40 depending on traffic. Either way, you will be in the city fast. For accommodation, stay in the CBD or South Bank corridor. This positioning puts you within walking distance of almost everything on day 1 and saves you meaningful time across the trip. Once you have dropped your bags, the afternoon is yours. Head straight to Streets Beach at South Bank, which is a man-made lagoon right on the Brisbane River. In autumn, it is never packed. The light hits the water at a perfect angle by mid-afternoon, and the atmosphere is more relaxed locals than tourist rush. Walk south along the Riverside Walk. Let the river breeze do its thing and grab a flat white from one of the cafes tucked along the promenade. Give yourself about 45 minutes to just walk and take the city in. From there, set aside 90 minutes for Goma, the Gallery of Modern Art. It is one of the finest free art galleries in the country, and in autumn it typically hosts major headline exhibitions. The building itself, with its open courtyards and river views, rewards a visit even if contemporary art is not normally your focus. Check their website before you arrive to see what is showing. For dinner, the Stanley Street Plaza area in South Bank is the logical choice on your first night. It keeps you close to your hotel and puts you in front of riverside seating with genuinely good food. Budget around $50 to $80 Australian per person, including drinks at a mid to upper range restaurant. Day 2, Heights and Wildlife. Start day 2 early. There is something about driving up to Mount Coot-tha Lookout at around 8 or 8:30 in the morning that no photograph fully prepares you for. The city is still waking up below. A thin mist sits over the river valley, and from the summit you can see north to the Glasshouse Mountains and south to the Gold Coast skyline. Bring a jacket. The air up here in autumn carries a genuine crispness that Brisbane rarely gets at any other time of year. The lookout is about 15 minutes by car from the CBD, and the Brisbane Botanic Gardens at the base are worth a 30-minute wander before you head back down. By mid-morning, make your way to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. This is one of those places that gets labeled a tourist experience, but it consistently earns its reputation. The sanctuary houses over 100 koalas. You can hold one for a photograph, and hand-feeding the kangaroos is one of those genuinely memorable moments. It opens at 9 in the morning, and the last entry is 4 in the afternoon. Adult entry is $42 Australian. Pre-book your koala hold experience online because spots are limited and sell out quickly, especially on weekends. Plan for 2 to 3 hours here comfortably. The afternoon is where the ferry comes in. Hop on the City Cat from South Bank or the CBD and ride it along the Brisbane River for 50 cents. Queensland made this flat fare permanent in February 2025, and it applies across the entire public transport network, including all ferries, buses, and trains. Riding the City Cat in autumn is one of those genuinely unexpected pleasures. You glide past riverside mansions, under the Story Bridge, past the CBD skyline, and the whole experience costs less than a coffee. End the evening at Howard Smith Wharves. This riverfront precinct sits directly under the Story Bridge, and in autumn, the sunset light turns every surface golden. Head to Mr. Percival's, the overwater bar perched right on the river, and order whatever looks good. Watch the sun drop behind the city. The water reflects the bridge lights. This is the Brisbane that most travel content completely misses. Day 3. Hidden Suburbs. Day 3 is about texture, the parts of Brisbane that reward the curious traveler. Start in Paddington, about 10 minutes from the CBD by car or bus. This is a heritage suburb built across steep hills, full of Queenslander cottages painted in soft pastels. The main strip along Given Terrace and Latrobe Terrace is lined with independent boutiques, vintage stores, and some of the best neighborhood coffee in the city. Spend a couple of hours here, pick something up from a local maker, and eat breakfast at a cafe where the menu is handwritten on a chalkboard. This is the unhurried Brisbane that most visitors never find. From Paddington, head to New Farm Park in the early afternoon. The park sits just 5 minutes from the CBD and looks out over the Brisbane River from the inner north. In autumn, the rose gardens here are in rich color. The giant fig trees throw long shadows across the grass, and it is almost always quiet on a weekday. You can also reach it by City Cat, hopping off at the New Farm Park pontoon and walking straight in. Allow an hour. As the afternoon winds down, make your way to Eat Street North Shore on the Hamilton waterfront. This outdoor food market is built inside repurposed shipping containers along the river. It operates on Friday and Saturday evenings, so if Day 3 falls on either of those nights, time this perfectly. Arrive between 5 and 6 in the evening. Pick up something from one of the international food stalls, find a spot by the water, and watch the city lights come up across the river. Entry is a few dollars, and the atmosphere on a crisp autumn evening is something you will not replicate anywhere else in Brisbane. Day 4. Island Escape. Set your alarm early on the final day. You are going to North Stradbroke Island, and the morning is when this trip earns its best hours. Drive a rideshare to Cleveland, about 40 minutes south of the CBD, and board the passenger ferry from Coot-tha Harbour. The crossing to Dunwich takes around 30 minutes, and on the way it is common to see dolphins riding alongside the boat. If you prefer a fully guided experience, operators depart from Roma Street Busway Station from around 8:30 in the morning and include ferry transfers, with day tours starting at around $80 per person. Once on the island, head straight to Point Lookout on the eastern end. The Headland Walk here is one of the most underrated nature walks in southeast Queensland. The beaches at Cylinder Beach and Main Beach are wide, uncrowded, and the kind of white sand that squeaks underfoot. If your trip falls from June onward, humpback whale sightings from Point Lookout are genuinely possible as the migration moves through Moreton Bay. Aim to catch the return ferry by early to mid-afternoon to give yourself time to collect luggage, freshen up, and reach Brisbane Airport comfortably. If your flight is in the evening, there is still time for a final coffee stop in the CBD. The air train from Central Station takes roughly 22 minutes back to the airport and remains the most stress-free airport transfer in the city. Brisbane is the kind of city that reveals itself slowly. You arrive expecting a convenient stop, and you leave genuinely wondering when you can come back. And in autumn, with that golden sky, that cool river air, and the pace of a city completely at ease with itself, it has no serious competition anywhere in Australia. If this itinerary helped you plan your trip, or even just made you want to search for flights, please hit the like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Drop a comment below telling me which day you are most excited about, or if you have already been to Brisbane in autumn, share your experience down there. I read every single comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.